Good morning everyone, and welcome to our Saturday chat video. It is July 1st, 2017. Don't know what happened to the month of June, but here we go. Well, first off, I just wanted to let you know I do have a little bit of a cold or something I've come down with. A little congested in my sinuses, and I got a little bit of a cough, but we're dealing with it. Get through this. I feel like I'm on the tail end. Just wanted to give you a heads up. So let's get into this. So just to recap this last week, I did want to mention I did miss Monday's upload. I had a few people contact me. Thank you very much. I should have given a heads up. I had a few people checking in just to make sure I didn't break down or everything was okay. I went on a off-grid camping trip the whole weekend. We were out for about 4 days. Me and Craig, the guy I met up with here in Boise, Idaho. Completely no cell service we were like over 70 miles up a dirt road. So I was initially thinking that I could just like drive out Sunday evening, upload a video for Monday, and as we started going up that road, I realized that would not be an option. Although I will mention with that experience, it did kind of remind me that I'm pretty tied to the internet right now. I've set myself up that way with this YouTube thing and some other online things that I'm doing. I've just made it a source of my income to where I need to be connected. A lot of times people think I'm just totally free out here roaming around doing whatever I want, but I am tied to a few commitments that bring me income that allow me to continue to travel the way I do. It's not complete freedom. I am tied down to some commitments, and those commitments involve having an internet connection or a cell phone connection. So what I've realized is for me to really kind of take breaks from that and be free from being tied to that connection, it's important for me to get away and to get to areas that have no cell signal, and I can completely unplug for more than just a day or two, preferably a few to 4 or 5 days. So I need to take care of myself and figure out a way to plan that, get ahead sometimes with videos and get them scheduled so I can take these little excursions and unplug. I feel it's really important for me. It gives me a sense of taking a break and actually getting a little break. So that's something that I'm going to focus on and try to make happen more often. And like I said, I'll just have to be proactive and realize that when I'm going to take these off-grid trips and be disconnected for more than a day or two, yeah, I need to get ahead with my videos and other things and get things scheduled. Check in with friends and family so they know where I'm going to be at for safety reasons and security. So that's something that just kind of came to mind during this last trip. I do have some footage from this trip. We're going to probably call it the road to Atlanta because it's that crazy 70-mile dirt road going up to Atlanta, Idaho. I am kind of working with using different cameras, so I didn't get the best footage. I'm kind of experimenting a little bit, but I'll be able to put something together and give you guys a little shot of what that trip was all about. And let me tell you, it was quite a trip. We had a blast. Definitely an experience I'll never forget. So for the rest of the week, this week I've just been kind of hanging out in Boise, getting some loose ends tied up, getting some things mailed out to me that I've been needing, checking in on my next seasonal job. We'll talk a little bit about that, making sure that's all lined up, getting in touch with contacts for my future travels here. I'm trying to connect with some people in Oregon and Washington. So we'll go ahead and touch on that. I did, before I get into any questions, I just want to give a big thanks from last week's Saturday video. I got a lot of feedback on ham radios. Seems like ham radio is not dead. There's a lot of operators out there that watch the channel and videos here, so I appreciate having all that feedback and information. I'm definitely going to run with a lot of that and look into small radios that will work for the van situation, work on getting my license. I definitely think that's something I'm going to do. So I did take note of a lot of you guys that left your operator handles. I will definitely try to chat with you on ham radio when that comes to fruition. So some of the first questions I got from last week's video, a lot of people were checking in on the solar shower tube I installed. If you don't know about that, I installed a 4-inch piece of ABS plastic pipe along the side of the van that I'm filling with water, pressurizing, and using as an outdoor shower. It's been working great. I can hold enough water in the shower tube for about 3 full showers or about 4 quick ones. The water temperature heats up nice. You know, in the heat of this summer, it works works out really well as far as the temperature goes. When it's a really, really hot day, I'm going to try to park in the shade so that shower tube is not going to heat up as much. But that's a good thing because those kind of hot days actually want the water a little cooler. So it's nice to have just kind of like a lukewarm shower temperature water for the evening when the sun goes down, just to kind of refresh me, take a shower, but also cool off and get refreshed a little bit. So it's been really working out temperature-wise, pressure-wise, as far as the hassle of filling it up, pressurizing it. Really no big deal. The van's handling fine with it full and empty. No wind noise. I've checked my gas mileage. I'm still getting a consistent 17 miles per gallon, so it didn't affect that. I will in a future video try to actually show it in operation so you get a little bit better of an idea of how that's working out. Next question I got was, what are my plans for the next few months? I did go over this when I first departed from San Diego, I believe back in February or March. I am in Idaho right now. I came up through Utah into Idaho. My plans are to go over to Oregon and Washington for the months of July and August, and then towards the end of August, move on from Washington east through the top of Idaho, the northern portion of Idaho, into Montana. Then by October, I need to be in North Dakota for my next seasonal job. We'll talk about that job the closer it gets. It's kind of up in the air right now. It's a seasonal job I've done a couple times already, but we're running into some issues with me maxing out my hours as far as a temp hire, so they need to hire me as a union worker. So it's a little more complicated this year, but it should work out. North Dakota is a right-to-work state. If you show up in the state and you're ready to work, you're going to be put to work somewhere. That's just how that state rolls. So those are my tentative plans: Oregon, Washington, then back through Idaho and Montana into North Dakota for my next seasonal job. Okay, the next question I get a lot in a few different shapes and forms, but if money was not an issue, would I still be boondocking in a van? I totally think I would. If I were to win the lottery tomorrow and be a millionaire all of a sudden, I don't think there's a whole lot I would change. I love living the way I do. I like living on a very small amount of money. I take it as kind of a challenge. It's almost like a game. I like to just see, how little I can spend each month. And for me, that's something in contrast to my prior life where I was always buying things and trying to make myself better through buying material possessions. I'm just at a place to where I really feel like I can enjoy just being happy with what I currently have and not always desiring more. The only thing I really desire more in life is spending more time in nature, having more grounding experiences and things like that. So I feel like I'm right where I should be, and I wouldn't really change anything, even if a bunch of money came my way. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up for the questions. I'm just going to take a quick minute to address a topic that's been on the back of my mind. Someone has asked this in the past, how I'm kind of balancing like my YouTube life with my normal life. And as it sits right now, there's not a whole lot of separation. YouTube is kind of my life from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep every day. It's on my mind. I'm working on something, some filming, some editing, transferring files, planning out different ideas. It consumes me probably a little bit more than I would like. Fortunately, I enjoy all that goes into making these videos and sharing them, but I have kind of been a little bit aware that there might be some need for a little bit of balance with all of that. Trying to just throughout the day take time for just me and put cameras down. And that's something that I'm just becoming more conscious and aware of. So I'm going to try to work on that, as well as just overall trying to give a little bit more genuine glimpse into my day-to-day van life. I think that's something that I overlook. It's so second nature to me, but really a lot of my daily routine is just so simple that it's actually kind of worth sharing. I feel like it's a unique way to live, and it's very interesting and can give a lot of people a lot of inspiration, not just for living a similar life, but anything in life that you're trying to do. I think that having a little external inspiration from another person really helps us out. I know I look to a lot of people to be inspired inspired. So yeah, it's something going on in the back of my mind. Probably didn't make a whole lot of sense, but just trying to balance out my life a little bit better as far as you know, my eating habits, exercise habits, and incorporating all of this filming and documenting and sharing into the whole mix. So anyway, that's enough blabbing. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Any questions you have, please leave them in the comment section. I really appreciate all the interaction and all the feedback. It's making this Saturday chat video kind of a fun thing. So we'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.